Okay, we are going to talk about Trek's evaluation video. Okay, first thing I want you to understand is that the low, medium, high is not like good, bad, and great. It's just a spectrum. So you'll understand as we go along. But the first thing I'm looking for is when I put the puppy into the testing area, I am watching for confidence. How do they take to new surroundings? It's a room they haven't been in before. There's new obstacles. Is their tail up? Is their tail down? Are they checking things out, or are they sitting in a corner waiting to be rescued? You can see as soon as I put him in there, his tail is high. He immediately starts checking things out. He is held back by nothing. Super confident. So I gave him a high for confidence. The next thing you notice is that I get into the testing area and I sit down and I wait for him to approach me. And so then what we're looking for is low, medium, or high. So a low assertive dog kind of army crawls. They might need some coaxing to come over and see you. Medium is kind of in the middle. They approach politely. They might crawl into your lap and kind of look for you like for next steps and be like, okay, well, what do we do next? And a high assertive dog kind of jumps into your lap and they need to get into your face as close as possible. And what that translates to is, for example, like a toddler holding a piece of pizza. A low assertive dog might come over. They might not. They're probably going to scan the room to see if anybody's looking, and they're probably not going to take that piece of pizza, not unless they're for sure nobody's watching. A medium assertive dog is kind of going to maybe look twice and try and be super sneaky about it and sneak over and get that pizza. Whereas a high assertive dog, they're not even going to look. They're just coming full bore. They're coming for the pizza. They will snatch it right out of the toddler's hand. So we got a medium. So what you notice is he approaches me. He politely crawls into my lap and he kind of like melts in and he's like, all right, let's cuddle. Super sweet. The next thing is motivation level, so also known as workability. It's kind of like how badly are they going to want to please their people, and how, it's not to say that how easily they will be trained. Some dogs will enjoy training sessions more than others. So he was right in the middle. He was happy to try things, we noticed. And what you'll notice is that anything that didn't have to do with the toy, he was happy to try, which kind of translates to that prey drive. So we're going to talk about that further down. But anything that didn't have to do with a toy, he was happy to try. He wanted to please me. He was doing what I was asking. And then nerve strength and resiliency, their ability to handle stress. Are they shaky? Are they unsure in new situations? Not at all. He was fazed by nothing. He was super confident. There was no shaking. He was handling a new situation in a new environment like a champ. So I think he's going to be pretty easy to take out in the world and enjoy new situations. Touch tolerance. This is not how badly they enjoy it. It is how tolerant they are. So a vet visit or a grooming visit, are they tolerant to being handled? And he scored a high. There was like a moment or two where he wasn't sure, but from what I know of him in real life and outside of temperament testing, as well as in temperament testing, he was like, yeah, sure, you can feel my gums and you're gonna pet my ears. No, that's cool, I don't mind. And you like flip him over like in a cradle position, and he was here for it. No worries there. But this is also something that I want families to continue doing that 10-step handling, continue doing puppy massages and touching their paws and touching their nails and touching their gums so that they get used to it. So that when kids are grabby or inappropriate, those dogs tend to handle it a little bit better. Energy level. He was a medium energy. So a low energy dog often does like some sitting and they only walk through the testing, whereas a high energy dog never really kind of slows down or stops and they're like running circles the whole time. He was kind of like easy pace. He would walk around and he was sauntering, and then, he speeds up at times, trying new things. And so right in the middle. Okay, sound and sight sensitivity. So high would be like they're highly sensitive, and low meaning that they didn't really notice it. So you notice that I get like a Fisher-Price popper, like a shaker, and I make a loud noise and I see if he notices, and I don't really care if he notices or startles. What I'm looking for is, does he recover and does it cause him stress? And he didn't even notice. Like, he saw it, but then he like checks it out and I kind of roll it around the ground and he's like, okay, that's cool. What's next? And then the sight sensitivity, I pop up the tunnel and see how he kind of responds to like startly sudden movements. And he didn't even notice. He just carried on about his way, like just could have cared less. So good. Prey drive. So I scored him a low. We are testing for toy prey drive, which can help translate to a home with young kids if they are very intensely chasing the toys. Guess what happens when children run through the house, or the cat runs through the house, or whatever, anything that moves, we're testing their how badly do they want to chase that thing. And he did not chase a single ball. He did not chase a toy, which can be very helpful trait for a home with young kids that move very quickly. Human focus. He was right in the middle. So he was very happy. He was independent. He was good to be on his own. He was good to check out his own things. But then he kept checking back in. He was very happy to be with me. He just wanted kind of to cuddle. So yeah, I think he's right in the middle there. I think he's going to be okay, left alone at times. And yeah, he'll be good with those boundaries. Whereas, yeah, he's also going to be very happy to be with his people. Tenderhearted. Okay, so often when they come running up to my face, that usually means like a highly tenderhearted puppy, but at the same time, he was a little bit more playful about it, and he was trying to kind of like snap me out of it almost, I felt. So I scored him a moderate, which is really great for maybe a home with like has big emotions, or a lot of big feelings, because a puppy that's highly or extremely tenderhearted, those puppies just want to fix your world so bad. And they take those feelings on upon themselves. And then those are the dogs that also have anxiety. So yeah, I felt like he was kind of he noticed. So I feel like he's going to notice when you have a bad day. But at the same time, I don't feel like he felt responsible for my feelings, if that makes sense. He was kind of trying to bring me back out of it and get me back into play mode. Dog friendliness. I scored him an assertive, which just means that like he did keep noticing the toy dog, and he kept going back to them and jumping right for their face. So he'll do well whether there's a home with a dog, depending on their personality, or a home that doesn't have dogs already. So I think he's just going to be a good buddy, whether you have dogs or not. So if you have any questions about Trek, let me know.